6 starts now.
It is good to have you with us on this Thursday morning, everybody, for our First Alert 6 streaming. I'm Erin Hartley.
And I'm Cerise Cole, along with meteorologist Jared Lansford, Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord. It is cold this morning, but it's actually going to be the nicest day for a while.
We went from 40s yesterday to 30s today to
more transition today.
Is that an official forecast?
Yeah, that's official. So I'm done, right? No, okay. 17, that's where we're at right now. Nothing too crazy out the door. North wind pretty light. Feels like temperature close to the air temperature. So that's good. The wind isn't all that strong yet. It'll gradually pick up over the course of the day. So that's the Friday wind. We'll skip by that. I'll get to that in a minute. Wind chill for today will be down near 10 below at times this morning. We'll get up near 20 later on this afternoon. Warmest part of the day, again, probably about 1, 2 o'clock, a little earlier than usual. But look what happens as we head later on tonight. Should be near 0 for a wind chill by 8 o'clock, and then falling below 0 quickly after that through the overnight. And that's the early signs of that colder air that's going to be pouring in. Most of it's to the north up here in the relatively clear sky. It'll be dropping south. The clouds are going to increase today. There's been a few flurries trying to show up. So far, nothing's made it to the ground, but the First Alert forecast gets you temperatures that are teens and 20s for the most part through the course of the day today. Right up near 30 for a high, and then by 3 o'clock we start to back off little by little towards 5. We're talking temperatures down in the 20s. By 7 we're down in the teens, and it'll just keep falling off towards the early morning hours tomorrow, where the clouds will move in, cold air keeps rushing in from the north. And by 7 o'clock in the morning, we're down to about 5, 6 below 0 in the metro. Look at some of these numbers in west central Iowa. Hate to break it to you, but if you're watching near and north of I-80 on the Iowa side, you're going to get the coldest of this entire stretch. The northeastern corner of our viewing area is going to have the worst numbers the way this is looking. So that's where we're starting off tomorrow. Your wind chills will be 20 to 30 below on the map by Friday morning, down in this range where exposed skin in 10 to 30 minutes can get frostbite very easily. And the only reason we really improve is not really because of any significant warming. It's just that the wind will kind of relax into the day. So the advisories and warnings just kind of paint the picture of where the worst of this is going to be. Wind chills are going to be 15 to 30 below Friday morning, and what we call a cold weather advisory. These have kind of been changed up a little bit. You don't hear words like wind chill warning, wind chill advisory anymore. Just kind of lumped everything about cold weather into these 3 versions right here. Cold weather advisory. We got the extreme cold warning, where it could get 35 to 40 below on our eastern and northern fringes of the viewing area, over towards Des Moines and up northern Iowa as well. And that's where we start off. And look at how expansive this cold is. All of Minnesota, North Dakota, Wisconsin, nearly all of Iowa under that extreme cold warning. Some wind chills up here. It'll be interesting tomorrow morning. Some 50 to 55 below readings in Minnesota would not surprise me. That's just how nasty this is going to be. Thankfully, the winds gradually back off over the course of the day for us. We'll start off with gusts near 20 tomorrow morning and get down near 10 by the end of the day. So that's why we have the First Alert 6 weather day. But look at how unrelenting the cold is. 6 for the high on Saturday, and now it looks like some snow tries to move through Friday night into Saturday morning. You put some of that on the ground plus all the clouds, this Arctic air mass is going to be very, very stubborn. It'll be like the in-laws at the end of a holiday or something. It just won't leave. They watch every morning, so I'll probably hear about that one.
Yeah, that was a funny joke. That's good. So you're talking wind chills, the snow potential. Really, just this weekend's going to be rough. How's it looking into Monday at this point, too?
It's going to be very, very difficult to warm even into early next week, all because of this snow. Now, the more snow we get, the worse that's going to be. So that's something to factor in, too. So single-digit highs Friday and Saturday. This map shows the best odds of getting more than 2 inches of snow over the next 72 hours. So that takes us through today, tomorrow, and into Saturday. Basically, I just through when the snow would fall, most of it would be Friday night while you're sleeping. The better odds will be to the south. The purple has got a pretty high odds of getting over 2 inches, much less to the north. And you can see how it's going to be a wide swath of at least 2 inches of snow across some areas that don't handle snow very well. So travel south, Oklahoma City, Kansas City, Dallas, Memphis, St. Louis. There are going to be a lot of flight delays all over the country this weekend. For us, up to 2 inches in the metro. That'll be the high end. Most of us will probably stay below that. It'll be a fine powder, slow to accumulate, and a little bit more of it down to the south, 2 to maybe 5 inches down along the Kansas-Nebraska border. So again, dry air from the north keeps eating away at the north side of this, and then moisture keeps fighting in from the south, trying to fill in with some snow. That's where we're at on the dividing line here. 12 on Sunday, 22 on Monday, and a lot of 20s by next week. Still doesn't improve greatly. Remember, average high right around 33, and none of those numbers are above that in this 10-day forecast. Remember all those 60s we had for a while? Isn't that fun?
So good.
Fun times.
They're gone.
So gone.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we've got enough weather drama. We don't need traffic drama, and let's work it out. It's a calm commute right now.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
As we're getting things up and running, I've got a lot less to talk about than what Rusty had to go through here. So let's get into it. And we do have a couple of spots that have been just a little bit slow, and that includes near 108th and Maple. As you're going northbound, note the delays that are showing up as you approach that intersection. So keep that in mind if you're going to be heading there soon. Maybe you're trying to head to 680. You'll need a little extra time through that stretch. Elsewhere, there we go. As you get right around 90th and Maple, we've had some minor delays that have been showing up in that area as well. That's just a busy intersection with a lot of traffic that's trying to make its way through there at this point. So those are a couple of the delays that we have. You can see a lot of the roads, though, that usually start to show the first signs of delays at this point in the morning, including the JFK, look really good. Dodge, holding up pretty well. Starting to get some of our delays on 204th between Gretna and Elkhorn as you get right around Q and Harrison. Those are some roads that do tend to slow down at this point in the morning. And we do have some minor delays that are showing up on Maple. Right around the new coffee joint that's in place right around 182nd. A lot of traffic heading through that area. So watch for that at this point in the morning. But we are looking at mostly doing well. No big delays that we have. And I'm hoping we can hold on to that as the case as we continue through our Thursday. We got enough to worry about. Snow, cold. Let's keep travel smooth.
Okay, Jared, thank you very much. In the meantime, back to news. Omaha police made an arrest in the crash that killed a pedestrian last month. Jaquelin Larry is 26. He was booked into jail for leaving the scene of a deadly crash. Now, last month, police say the victim, Matthew Siles, was crossing Cumming when near 43rd when he was hit by a Tesla that just kept on going. Officers later found that car near 37th and Dodge.
Nikko Jenkins, the Omaha spree killer facing a death sentence, has been arguing his constitutional rights were violated at trial. Well, this week, a district court judge rejected that argument. Back in 2020, Jenkins raised 7 issues to try to change his fate. The judge found none of those issues required further examination. Among the issues, he claimed his attorney didn't present evidence of his mental health condition. Well, the latest ruling also ends Jenkins' request to fund a mental health evaluation. He faces the death penalty for murdering 4 people in Omaha in 2013. While the death penalty is legal in Nebraska, the state does not currently have the drugs outlined in the law to carry it out.
All right, now at the safety desk with Maria Cade. Maria, a new report says that setting screen time limits for your kids is actually not enough.
No, when we talk about digital safety, that's one of the first things that a lot of people suggest. But now the American Academy of Pediatrics is releasing some new guidance on other things that you should also do to make sure that they stay safe. The new guidance focuses on quality, context, and conversation in addition to limiting your kids' screen time. So the AAP suggests talking to your kids often about what media they're interacting with. So that includes things like ads, maybe influencers they follow, as well as their privacy online. Some other tips they said too include using parental controls. I know a lot of apps are putting those in place now. You also want to seek out quality content and also model those healthy digital habits yourself. Make sure that you're practicing that so that they see what you're doing and then they want to do it too.
If mom's just scrolling all day long, Kate
they're
wants
going to do it too.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Kate, thank you. We're back after this.
Welcome back, everybody. Taking a live look outside the day before the cold hits. Hey, in anticipation of the extreme cold, Midland University, Omaha, and Fremont campuses already said they are going virtual tomorrow in anticipation of what's coming. We think that's a good move. More schools may join. We don't know, but that cold is on the way.
Yeah, tomorrow morning especially will be the worst of it. You can already see signs of it sneaking into the northern part of the country. When you look at the broader view on the map here, look at Fargo, just dipped to 5 below. They lost 3 degrees this morning in the last hour. 15 below in International Falls. That's just the very southern edge of it, and it'll be dropping south here over the course of the day. And by tomorrow morning, that air is going to be here. So seasonable and breezy late in the day today, not going to be all that bad. First alert 6 weather day Friday, due to the wind chills 10 to 30 below most of the day. So the worst of the cold will be Friday, and then we'll put Friday night into Saturday morning snow into the equation. That adds another aspect to things. So northwest winds today get up near 20 miles per hour, could spike a little bit more. Then notice overnight, this is the air that's going to drive, the wind that's going to drive the cold air in. Gusts 20 to 30 miles per hour heading into Friday morning. So that is not looking pleasant at all. Unfortunately, some of the strongest wind may line up with the coldest of the air tomorrow. So we'll get up near 30 today. These are air temperatures. Look at that. By early tomorrow morning, below 0 and staying there for several hours of the day. So first alert to 7 below to start Friday, 2 for the afternoon high, 6 for the afternoon high on Saturday. First alert days, both days. And for the cold as a broader look, but we also added it because of the snow, added Saturday to the mix. It's the Friday night into Saturday morning snow. Now, most of it's going to fall while you're sleeping. It'll be a dry, kind of powdery snow, but it just reinforces the cold that we have around, and it's just not going to move. So let's talk about wind chills first. By a little after midnight tonight, we're talking some double-digit below 0 wind chills already. You're getting up, trying to get going for the day tomorrow. We're talking 15 to as much as 30 below over a good chunk of the area. And again, some spots in the northern part of our viewing area and the eastern part could dip a little bit colder as well. 9 o'clock still in that range that's pretty dangerous. 10 to 30 minute frostbite on exposed skin. And we'll try to rebound from there by 3 in the afternoon. The temperature warms a little. The wind really backs off. And we're still getting 5 to as much as 15 below 0 Friday afternoon. Into the evening and overnight, still got double-digit below 0 wind chills heading into Saturday, and those will persist, try to improve by Saturday afternoon. So that's at least some better numbers, but again, nothing about anything this weekend will be warm. Then you add the snow to the mix. I think we're talking after about 9, 10 o'clock Friday night with some slow accumulations. The cold air is very dry, so it's moving in from the north, and it's going to try to eat away at the moisture that this system's bringing in over the course of Friday. So the farther south you live, the more snow you get. The farther north, the less you get. Right along I-80 is where that dividing line's trying to set up. So less than 2 inches for most of the metro and areas along I-80, more to the south. And let me show you why here. There's 7 o'clock Friday night. There's 10, 11 o'clock, and you'll notice the north edge of this is a little more intermittent, kind of eaten away by the dry air. Steadier stuff will be in the south, a little longer lasting too across the south. And by 7 o'clock Saturday, already starting to move out in the morning and should keep on racing that way for the rest of Saturday as we try to warm up. But again, you put a fresh blanket of snow with the clouds, the already cold air in place, just a horrible recipe to warm up. A little sunshine would help, but we're just not going to get much of it the way it looks this weekend.
And also, I know you don't say horrible lightly either. You don't use that phrase often about the weather, so we know that it's serious. So when are some chances of a rebound, if at all?
Yeah, so remember, average high is about 33 this time of year. And we're going to get probably 20s. But when Jared and I were putting the forecast together earlier today, these numbers have been trending down, even signs of maybe another colder round of air by next weekend as well. We kind of keep doing it on the weekends here. You look a little longer range. Hey, the map's not filling in. All right, well, we won't show you that. Let's go back to the 10-day here, you know. Sometimes links break. That's how it works. We're in the single digits this weekend, like I mentioned, but again, nothing really able to warm up. It's basically going to be a battle between rounds of cold air dropping in and moving east, and then the warmer air to the west over the course of the next 2 weeks at least.
Looks very January-like, doesn't it?
much.
Very much so. All right, let's get a check of traffic right now. Something's going on Maple.
We've got a few different slowdowns in different spots, so if that's your usual route in the morning, well, maybe leave a little extra time. Let's check back in 108th in Maple. It's mainly on 108th, but we have had some delays westbound as you're approaching that intersection as well. So keep that in mind if you're going to be heading into that area. We go a little further to the west. We've had some delays showing up near 144th. The latest update shows that it's a little bit better than it was, but watch for that as you head into that stretch and just past that intersection. And then we've had some delays as well, right around 180th or so another spot where things could get a little slow for you at the moment. Again, it looks good, but we've had that kind of fluctuating in and out. Some areas where things may not be as quick as you'd like it as you head through those stretches. Speaking of, a little slow as you're going eastbound I-80 right around 84th. That just popped up, so watch for that. And then we've got a couple spots here on Dodge where it's just picking up and getting busier. Most roads moving along pretty well. We'll be right back.
All right, thanks. Welcome back, everybody. New this morning, puzzle people, prepare to pit your skills against your fellow wordsmiths.
There's a new game from the New York Times coming out today for 2 players. Crossplay offers real-time competition and a brand new app where contestants will go head-to-head. Players take turns building words on a shared board game and earning points. You can compete against Grammy-nominated artists Leslie Odom Jr., Breland, and Amy Allen.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
Cool concept there, too. Well, nominations for the 90th Academy Awards will be announced.
This includes for the newest category, Best Casting. So there will be 10 films nominated for Best Picture. All other categories have 5 nominees apiece. Sinners and One Battle After Another are expected to flirt with the most record for nominations. That record 14 is shared by All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land. Today's announcement is starting in just a few minutes. It's at 7:30. Do we have any predictions?
Definitely One Battle After Another and Sinners are going to be the top 2 for sure. And I think when you think of categories that movies can rack up, Sinners can rack up a lot of different nominations because they also have songs that are being nominated because it's a musical movie. So that's when they can really rack up the number and hopefully make it to that 14.
I'm just glad I've seen a movie. I saw Sinners, so I'm glad that I saw a movie.
Did you like it?
I did like it. It was
great.
it was so different, like anything I've ever seen. It was,
I heard Leo's fabulous and one battle after another.
Amazing.
I mean, just
Amazing.
blown out of the water.
I think that's going to be the movie of the year for sure. When we get to the actual award ceremony, it's going to take home the most awards that night.
Got to carve out some time to watch a couple of these.
I know.
Yeah.
That one. Another one too, Hamnet, is really good.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably actually my personal favorite.
Okay.
And then, of course, Wicked for Good. Have to mention Wicked. Came out this year too. Hopefully we'll see Cynthia and Ariana recognized again for their work.
It didn't do well at the Golden Globes, did it?
No, this award season compared to last year, it just hasn't been the same.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's always hard for sequels to come back, especially when the first one sets the bar so high. But hopefully, because I think they deserve it, they'll get that recognition.
All right, we'll find out. The nominations 6 minutes away. Thanks so much for joining us. We're going to get ready for our update in today's show. Of course, you can watch it here on streaming or over our air.
Have a great start to your Thursday.
Live from WOWT, First Alert 6 starts now.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. It is 7:26. I'm Cerise Cole.
And I'm Erin Hartley. Let's get an update on the roads this morning with Jared Lansford.
And the running theme for much of the morning has been just how easygoing the commute has been. Now we're starting to get some slowdowns. This is as you're going eastbound on Dodge and going away from the camera is eastbound. You can see there's a lot of brake lights that are starting to show up as you're getting into the distance there. And anywhere from about 156 back toward 180th, we're now starting to get some of those delays in place. So watch for that in the early going. Started to check up on the JFK northbound from about I-80 back past Q as well. So far, I-80 holding up pretty well. We do have a couple minor delays on Dodge at this point, westbound too. Rusty.
Thanks, Jared. First Alert 6 weather days now in place for Friday and Saturday. The cold just reinforcing. Saturday keeps trending colder and colder. Snow chances increase Friday night into Saturday morning now. Not a ton of snow, but some that'll coat the roads and try to be a problem with those bitter cold temperatures. Up to 2 inches of snow Friday night. Again, anywhere below 2 inches I think is possible for basically the I-80 corridor and north. You go a little farther south, you get to about Nebraska City, Lincoln, Shenandoah, 2 inches or more looking a little more likely. And it's going to be a fine powder that kind of slowly adds up. So we'll be watching that after about 9, 10 o'clock Friday night through the overnight. Today you have teens and 20s to start. Some clouds trying to move in, a few flurries showing up, and most of this not reaching the ground, but it's something we'll keep an eye on to see if any of this can materialize. Overall, a high of about 30 today before the bottom falls out. Aaron?
Well, Well, 26-year-old Jaquan Larry was booked into jail for leaving the scene of a deadly crash. Last month, police say the victim, Matthew Siles, was crossing Cummings Street near 43rd when he was hit by a Tesla that kept on going. Officers later found the car near 37th and Dodge.
It is now 7:28. We're back with another update for you in about 25 minutes. We'll see you then.